So the New England Patriots. You're New England Patriots. So you're a New England fan, right? I got to give it up to you. You know, we're natural enemies, right? Because all those years of those early 2000s, your defense, Vince Wilfork, Teddy Bruschi, oh my goodness,
Willie
it goes on
McGinnis,
and on. Mike
Ty Law.
Vrabel,
Yeah, we had
We got,
some.
y'all just if y'all didn't knock us out the playoffs, me as a Steelers fan, we we win those Super Bowls. That's how I feel. If we're not knocked out of the playoffs by New England or beat by New England as many times as we lost to New England, we win those games. To me, in my eyes. So
Yeah, I mean,
that's
look at back at Big Ben's rookie season, man.
mhm.
He's 15-1 as a rookie. They're 15-1, and the only game they lost was to the Patriots that year.
Yeah, in the AFC Championship, right. Right. I think a lot of people forget about that though. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people really know how good he really came in and played and out of Miami of Ohio. Out of Miami of Ohio, Big Ben came out of and come in. I believe we had I can't it wasn't Brister. Who was it? Who was our Tommy Maddox was our quarterback, I think. I don't know. I think it was
Yep. You
Tommy
had
Maddox.
Tommy
He got
Maddox
hurt.
started that year.
Tommy Maddox got hurt. Big Ben came in and went on a 15-game winning streak. We only lost the AFC Championship game. That's the only game he lost was the AFC Championship game against your New England Patriots. Um, Cried like a baby, came back the next year and put in amazing work. And we won the Super Bowl in Detroit. In Jerome Bettis' hometown. But talking about quarterbacks and Big Ben, and speaking of quarterbacks and how they're looked at, you had some interesting take on the quarterback you want. Now, you as a New England fan and got the ear to nothing but New England more than just New England when it comes to NFL. But what quarterback do you want? And then what quarterback do you think y'all will take?
So I think that I know everyone's talking about, Drake May being a big fit there. And I mean, I think if he's there, that's what a lot of people are thinking. But I think as a team, we have so many needs. And I'm just, especially having grown up in New England,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always a firm believer in you take the best player on the board, and now with all this heavy quarterback talk, I don't think Marvin Harrison Jr. will be available at the 3 spot.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he is, I would take him. I would
Mm.
take him all
Mm.
day, every day, twice on Sunday, because
Okay.
I think there's a lot of good quarterbacks in this draft.
Right.
Now, I think that if I was drafting and Marvin Harrison was sitting there at 3, I'm
Mm-hmm.
taking him all day. I'm taking him all day, and then I'm looking at a Bo Nix in the second round. I think he's got athleticism. I think he's shown that he can play. I don't think a lot of people see him as a franchise quarterback, but I mean, look at how many franchise quarterbacks have been found in the second, third, fourth round. I mean, Tom
Mm-hmm.
Brady was,
A 6 rounder.
sixth round, and now you look at Mr. Irrelevant in San Francisco. Is there a
Seventh
better
round.
game manager at that position in the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
And I think New England may surprise a few people here. I could see them. It is a new regime, new coaching, and they want
Right.
to do things different. But I mean, can you pass on Marvin Harrison Jr. if he's sitting there with the third overall pick?
I don't think you
I don't think
can.
so, right?
He's
I think you
nah.
take him, and then I
Mm-hmm.
think you've got, like I said, Jacoby Brissett. Obviously, is not the future, not the answer, but he's a good professional. He's won some games, and you bring in a rookie. And they've got some picks. I wouldn't be surprised
Mm-hmm.
to see New England package a couple picks and maybe move back up into the first round, and
Right.
take one of those quarterbacks that might be sitting there.
Okay.
But I think if Marvin Harrison Jr. is there, you take him, and then you take the next available best quarterback in the draft.
I like that. I like that. Round of we gotta give it up to my man Otto, man. He out here dropping bombs early on the the fans' point of view. Oh, we not a fan. This is the morning after with no plan B, baby. And you gotta say the baby, like you from New Orleans or something. But
Hey, baby,
like
baby.
you out here going in, it's like the baby, like how New Orleans people sound, baby, like Lil Wayne or baby or somebody. That's how they say it. Anyhow, um, man, I like that take. I really do. That's different. I never really heard somebody from New England wanting to go grab Bo Nix in the second round. Look, I'm not against Bo Nix or JJ or Michael Penix. I'm one of those dudes that's like optimistic when it comes to these takes anyway. But looking at how everybody was loving Michael Penix the whole college football season. They turned on him the last game. Oh, he's soft. He didn't want to go out and play he had a bruised rib. Like you can't throw with a bruised rib. Like people don't
Right. And
understand how painful playing with a bruised rib is. Like, like that's not easy to do, bro. That's not easy to do. I'm
right,
sorry.
especially
Like,
as a quarterback. I mean,
right,
he's throwing the
right,
ball, he's extending, and if people are talking about
right,
him not being tough, these people are obviously don't know him. This guy's had
right.
ACL tears, left and
Hmm.
right. I think if it wasn't for them ACL tears early, we're talking about him. I don't
Hmm.
think he ever ends up at Washington for one. I
Hmm.
think he stays at a major program. And then for two, we're talking about him. If both of his knees were good, if his physical was better, I think we're talking about him as a first round pick.
Period. Period.
So, and I think that sometimes we get so sucked into this enamored, oh, well, he had one bad game. Okay, well, let's talk about the 13 amazing games he had.
All right.
So
That's
I,
dope.
I think that I think he's going to be a good professional in the NFL. I think he's got capabilities to be a starter and a good starter at that. I
Hmm.
think you look at the evolution of the position. Obviously you like some mobility, and you mentioned JJ up there.
Yeah.
I would not be opposed. The Patriots if Harrison isn't there with the third pick, trading down to the sixth, seventh pick. Maybe with the Giants at six, and seeing if he's available
Okay.
there. And now you've added another pick late in the first round.
Right. Right.
So that's
And
why I
I
said
like you. And is as horrible as it seems, and as much as it seems, which I got a second round early pick. What is that? Like the 35th,
37. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I'm gonna say 37,
35,
30.
37. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, we somewhere in that ballpark. It's an early second round pick, right? Um, you know, y'all got an early second round pick, and spending it on like a Bo Nix or a Michael Penix if they slip there is not. I don't think that's a bad choice, and I think they're available for y'all right there, right. And as bad as I want to say that, as bad no, as much as I don't want to say that, they're going to probably be available for y'all right in that round. But what do you think that the popular opinion in New England is right now with your Patriots and what they're most likely going to do? You told me what you want, what you would like to do, and I really like how you broke that down. And but what's the popular opinion in New England right now?
Well, I think the most popular opinion in New England and pretty much everywhere in the NFL is that they go Drake May there. They go May there or they go Daniels there. I could see both picks make total sense. Drake May, big, strong quarterback, 6'4", what you're looking for. And I think the appeal of Daniels is you're more modern NFL quarterback.
Mhm.
Mobility, strength, can get himself out of tight spots, get himself out of trouble. So I think you're going to see either when the Patriots are on the podium, I think we're going to either hear Drake May or we're going to hear Daniels call. I
Mhm.
think it's going to be one of those two. But if I had to put my money on it, I'd say that New England Patriots take Drake May there with the third overall pick. And again,
Okay.
can't fault it. Makes sense. Many people see him as a solidified NFL future star quarterback. Um, so I think that one makes the most sense. Size, strength. He's got a rocket for an arm. So, some questions about can he hit the pass in the right moment. But
Mhm.
again, we're talking about young college kids going into a man's game, and I think he's got the tools and the body. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if they go Drake May with third overall pick. I could very well see that.
Okay. Okay. That's what I've been leaning on that too. All right. That's what I've been leaning on that. Man, so if y'all so where do y'all go with the second pick, the second round pick? If the popular opinion in New England right now is to grab Drake May with the first round third pick, the second round, third pick. Who do y'all grab? Where do y'all grab after that? After grabbing May?
After grabbing May, I think from New England's point of view, I think it makes the most sense to get yourself, and there's some really good wide receivers in here, to get yourself the best available wide receiver talent to go with Drake May. I mean, it's no secret that's, I think, been New England's biggest draft bust position in the last 2 decades with Belichick at the helm is wide receivers. We don't draft wide receivers very well. And I think you've got an opportunity here, with new GM, new brass all around, to really grab yourself that wide receiver who will form that rookie bond with your quarterback and, to be his guy. So I think that New England, with that second round pick, if they don't take a quarterback first, I think they 100% have to take a wide receiver here in the second round.
Mm, so you don't think y'all need the offensive line pick at all? Then, so you don't think y'all need to shore up that offensive line a little bit at all?
No, I'm sure we do. We do. There's definitely, you can never have too good of a line in the NFL.
Right.
I
Exactly.
think anyone who watches or even anyone who's played will tell you, that line is everything. You could have Tom Brady back there, but if he's got no protection,
Right.
but at the same time, I think it's solid enough to provide some protection. And, they do draft linemen very well in the later rounds. I just think that with as many talented wide receiver options as there is late in the first, early in the second round, I think it's a great idea here to go after a wide receiver to partner with that
Mm,
Drake May, or who I think it's going to be. So I would be really surprised if they didn't grab a wide receiver early with that first pick in the second round.
okay. All right. I like that. I like that. Yo, I really, you know, well, we just got finished talking about that, right? I like Daniels to the Patriots. I like Daniels. I think Daniels fit with the Patriots is a little bit different than what the Patriots are used to. I remember when y'all had Cam Newton up there for a little bit. It was exciting. Uh, it was also a little bit, you were a little bit worried, as a football fan, and because he just had came from Carolina. We knew he had a little injury. He was on the older side, but he's still Cam Newton, right? He's dangerous with the legs. Jaden Daniels, one thing they're saying, he's undersized. He needs to eat. That's what they're saying. He needs to eat, get some more meat on those bones. He's skinny. He don't have the frame. It's the same thing they said about Bryce Young last year. Bryce Young just didn't have the offensive line, but however, Carolina just went out and spent $150 million on that offensive line for him. Jaden Daniels, I believe. I mean, Drake May is he's really good too, but Jaden Daniels, he can make plays with his legs. And when y'all playing against those, y'all have to see Buffalo, the Jets, and Miami twice a year. To me, mobile quarterback in that division. Drake. Not to say Drake May isn't mobile, because a lot of these quarterbacks nowadays are more modern quarterbacks, and they have to be able to make plays with their feet. But Jaden Daniels has it when it comes to mobility, and he has a good enough arm to make the throws. I think that's the best pick for New England. I don't think that they'll do it, but I think that's the best pick for New England in that division. That's just my opinion. Me speculating. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less to it. I really like that, but I definitely understand, and I dig what you was talking about earlier. I really do, bro. I dig what you was talking about. Grabbing up Marvin Harrison first pick. I mean, third pick, and then going to go grab a Bo Nix in the second round because I know he'll be available, man. You shook up. I never heard nobody say that yet. So you shook up a lot of the sports talk world out here, podcasters, YouTubers talking. I ain't haven't heard nobody say that yet. New England going to go grab a skilled position like Marvin Harrison because he'll be available. He'll be available with the third pick.
If he's
Because
there at 3, I think he's a must grab. I
I
mean,
mean,
look at
yeah,
look at his numbers, look at his build, his size, his speed. I mean, he is your superstar receiver for the next decade. And I think he's one of those guys who's going to come in from college and he's going to surprise a lot of people. I think a lot of NFL defenses will have to game plan for Marvin Harrison Jr. Sure, he'll be a rookie. There'll be some mistakes here and there, but I think he is the most ready at that position. I don't think
he
it's even
is.
close. I think
He
wherever
is,
he
man.
lands, I think he's going to
Hmm.
come in and he's going to show some people like, hey, this is the guy. Holy smokes, we've got us a bona fide superstar. So
Yeah,
I'm excited for that. I think Daniels is again. If I had to choose between May and Daniels, to me, it's almost a coin toss.
yeah,
I love Daniel's mobility. He does make some really good throws when it counts. And the frame, I mean, again, these are young kids. They'll build NFL bodies. Pat Mahomes wasn't, the biggest guy when he came in the league. And,
right.
is there a quarterback you'd rather have in the NFL right now? So I think size, all that, I think you have to be hardworking to get to this level. So I think that's not necessarily the biggest issue for him. I just think that New England's in a very interesting and a very good spot to be in with that third overall pick.
Yeah, man. I like what you said. I mean, people. A lot of people might say, "Bo Nix ain't going. He can't make the throws." Da da da. And I don't know. If you ask me, we got to steal with our quarterback. But I got you for 5 more minutes, man. And I'm gonna try to move on to the next thing. That New England Patriots show. He shook up the world out there, y'all.